Hello everybody, this is Tip Top Gaming here today with another Magic the Gathering Arena news video. And today I'm going to be covering everything that's coming to Magic the Gathering today. So 2 days ago actually, normally that's longer ago, I went over the state of the game, which basically is where they talk about what's going to be in the game. And you may have already seen that video and you're like, I don't need to watch this, but there are actually a lot of things, such as the first thing on the list here, which is apparently the biggest feature being added, that wasn't in the state of the game. So you get a lot more information by looking at these patch notes. So the highlights of this is that MTG Arena gets social. Our friends list lets you gather your friends and easily challenge them to matches. And pre-orders for Theros Beyond Death, multiple ways for you to escape your fate. See more details below under store. So we're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So, social friends list. Developer note, the next time we talked about friends list, we wanted to be absolutely certain that it would be in-game and playable, and yes, it's finally here. Since the November update, we've been refactoring the system to make sure friends list can scale to meet our player expectations. For content, we're looking at a system success rate, sending, receiving, accepting friends from about 80% to 99.5% at scale. Scale means heavy use, So, basically what they're saying is they want to make sure it was reliable for the game. So what I'm going to do during this, I'm going to read it and then I'll break it down. So I'm not just going to read this, I'm going to break it down for you. Regardless, this is still a new feature, so we expect there to be a few kinks that need to be ironed out. But also, please report any issues you encounter. We'll continue to improve upon this foundation and work towards our next social features, direct messaging friends in-game, which I think at this point a friends list is not super useful unless you challenge a lot of people using something like Brawl Hall, as the drop-down menu has all the names quickly there. If that wasn't a thing, I would be much more hyped for this, but that's still pretty cool. Sending friend requests. Players can have up to 200 total friends across outgoing and accepted requests. You can enter the display name, including the numbers, or the email address associated with your friend's MTG Arena account to send them an invite. That's kind of cool. So if you know you're like, oh, I know my friend got it, but I don't know what their username is, I can just enter their email. That's cool. Entering a player's email sends an in-game friend invite, not an actual email. Players will need to log into MTG Arena to accept your request. You won't get an email every time you get a request. You'll have to do that in-game. Sending requests simultaneously. If two players manually send friend requests to each other using their usernames, they are added automatically, so you don't need to accept it. You could just enter their username. If someone sends a request by email and the other sends a username request, they are not automatically added. And friend requests never expire, so they won't just go away. I don't know if it shows if you're denied or if it just doesn't come back, or if it only alerts you when it's accepted. So you might send the thing and it might say pending, and then when they deny it, it'll go away. Or it might just send it and you don't know until they accept it. I think the second option, the one where they don't know, is probably better because I hate denying people's friend request. But I'm also not going to accept it. So I prefer a system where they either can't see it or it expires. But since it doesn't expire. Either way. If you'll receive an in-game notification when you receive a new friend request, you can block incoming friend requests. That's very important. Options, account, and checking the block incoming friend request box. So that's probably very important for YouTubers who, well, they've revealed their username and numbers and all that, and yeah. Rejecting friends. If you reject a request, the other player is not notified. Thank you. They just see that they still have an outgoing request. Rejecting a friend does not clear it from your list of pending friend requests. Does clear it. Sorry. I was about to say, it does not clear it. That doesn't make much sense. So, pretty generic stuff. Blocking friends. You can block an unlimited amount of players. Only the first 50 blocked players are displayed in the in-client. So, I assume blocking just means they can't send you the request again. I don't think that means you won't see them in, gameplay, but yeah. Using your friends list. The friend list is accessible through the bottom right of the screen by clicking the person-shaped icon. Once you're logged in and through downloading/unpacking assets, you will appear to your friends. You can challenge online friends, and on your friends list, you may have up to one outgoing challenge. The challenge is canceled if you log off or transition for a match, either through matchmaking or accepting another challenge, and the initiator of the challenge sets the parameter. Cool. I'm going to break this down. Basically, in the bottom left, you'll be able to access your friends list. You'll appear online to your friends once they update the game and are your friends. You can challenge friends on your list. You can send them an invite, but it will wait. If you try to join a game or cancel the invite is canceled. However, that I think means you can work on decks while you're waiting for them to accept, which I think is very cool. Known issues. If two friends challenge each other simultaneously, you'll come to a stuck state. So you should be able to cancel out the challenge and have one person send the request. So that's something to keep in mind. And if you receive a challenge while you already have a play blade open, I don't know what that means, and you change the parameters of the challenge before accepting, example, your friend challenged you to standard and you wish to play brawl, you may end up in a locked state. If you want to change, please cancel out the challenge. So basically, just make sure you cancel out if you want to change things about the game. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, is this little icon right here. Alrighty, decks, and I think this is what I'm more excited about. We have made changes to the deck builder to allow for easier sorting. So if you'll notice, it says standard, last modified, search, and colors, which are all very welcome. I talked a lot about this in the state of the game, but we'll see what they have to talk about here. Decks can be sorted based on the following criteria: format, last modified or alphabetical, name, color, identity, and decks no longer require the set or collection number when importing to MTG Arena. I think that's very useful. There are some decks where it's like they use a different land, and then I have to find a land from a set and the set number and the code from it, and so that just makes it so I basically can't import the deck, or like there'll be a couple cards missing, and I think that's very, very good. Alright, historic, I'm not going to jump into this because this is literally the exact same information. These were suspended. I have a whole video talking about suspension, so check that out if you want to learn more about that. Alrighty, general. An automatic stop has been added before declaring attackers if you have a spell ability that would let creatures with defender attack. So the game is being smarter about when to automatically pause, because currently the game tries to be very smart about like making the game go really fast. And that can lead to some downsides. So some people play in full control mode. I don't know if there's a way to hold full control mode, but some people do that. And then in cases where you can search your opponent's hand or graveyard, we are now default to checking their hand. That is very cool. I like that. When selecting one or more cards in Graveyard Browser, cards that have the ability to, on the stack or reference in a spell are offset. That is also something I've been seeing a lot of complaints about. They're like, oh, this person's using Cauldron Familiar because it's a very big card right now, and they're looping it, and I have something that exiles it. I'm trying to think of an instant speed exiler. That one green spell that destroys enchantments, artifacts, or exiles a card from a graveyard. That one. I have that. I can exile it in instant speed, but I want to target the right one. Either way, when selecting one or more cards, yep, I said that. Daily/win weekly. Daily/weekly wins objectives are now show their progress and total with a segmented progress bar. So you'll notice here that the weekly wins and the daily wins, they have these little checkers, so you can just look around those. I think that's very cool. Rise the Redeemed is now redeemable on MTG Arena for historic and brawl play. It is only legal in brawl and historic, not standard. However, it's also not, it's legal in standard brawl, not just historic brawl, although it is legal in historic brawl, and this is a 1-cost legendary creature. That's very interesting. He can be crafted with wild cards, and you can earn a copy of him through Brawladays, and we're going to get right into Brawladays here in a second. Events, rank. So here's where we start to get some of the information that isn't in the state of the game. A lot of that was already in the state of the game, besides the social features, so here we get to a lot of that other information. Ranked Draft Events Calendar. Ranked Throne of Eldraine will be available through Theros Beyond Death's release on MTG Arena. Additionally, the following ranked drafts will be available. Ranked Draft War of the Spark will start December 20th, so that's in 8 days, and go to January 3rd, and Ranked Draft Dominaria, which they did talk about, will go from the 3rd to the 16th, and Dominaria is not a standard legal set, just so you know. So, cool, people like draft. I think that I hate being like, oh, it's a draft set I don't like, I guess I'm not going to draft, I'll just go buy 5 packs. Brawladays, although I do encourage everyone to start saving their gold for Theros. Generally, what I do is I'm not a super big collector. I don't play this game like super hardcore. Like, I love the game, but I'm not going to be like, I'm not spending anything. I mean, for me, I'm kind of in this cycle of trying to always catch up, so I need to find a set that I don't like and not spend much on it, and then that'll help. But generally, a good rule of thumb is to, once the set comes out, stop spending coins on it. But I don't ever get enough coins in the first place to do that. So generally what I do is I start collecting coins when they start previewing the set. And then that's all I do. And then I collect coins up until they start previewing the next set. And so that's what I do. Probably not the best situation, but maybe next core set I won't buy much of it. And then I'll be able to end up with more cards of every other set. Either way, this event will occur on a special Throne of Eldraine themed holiday battlefield, Brawladays. It goes from December 12th to January 16th. Wednesday Brawl will continue to be available in addition to this event, and you can also challenge other players to Brawl using Direct Challenge feature. So basically, this is a Brawl queue that is available for 10,000 gold or 2,000 gems. So if you want to play Brawl using cards you already paid for, so that'd be kind of like you buying a pack and then them being like, you need 25 gems to open this pack, or oh, you want to play standard ranked? That'll be 25 gems. It's the same thing here, except they originally were like, well, it's Brawl on Wednesday because we don't want to dilute the Brawl queue because we don't know how popular it's going to be. And now they think it's so popular that they can charge 10,000 gold for just a month of playing it, not even a full month. And I think this is utterly ridiculous. I think that you should not play this event. I know you love you love Brawl, but there are many other ways, such as the Brawl Hall Discord, which are so much better. So I recommend checking those out instead. Do not support this, because if you support this, they're going to keep doing this. But you do get a copy of Rise of the Redeemed, although by opening 10 packs, you do get a rare wild card. So, like, you could just get 10 packs, which is probably better. Historic Artisan events will occur on... so this is new. I mean, I think they may have talked... No, they talked about this, sorry. Events will occur on a special Throne of Eldraine themed holiday battlefield. It starts on the 20th and goes to the 30th, and similar to all the other things, it has a 2,500 gold or 500 gem entry fee. Historic Artisan, which means commons and uncommons. However, this time it's historic instead of standard. As an additional list of banned cards is now available. So Persistent Petitioners, Cauldron Familiar, Cavalcade of Calamity, and Gates of Blaze are all banned. And rewards are Militia Bugler, Curious Obsession, Cast Down, Gutter Snipe, and a Wild Growth Walker, which are all standard cards. Now, I did talk a lot about this event, so I'm going to speed through it a little bit. I talked about it in the State of the Game. However, if these cards ever become standard legal again, and this art is on it, then these styles do work. So that makes me more partial to get something like Gutter Snipe, because I really like the card. It's not that great, but I really like the card. It runs for 10 days, which I think is really great compared to some of the other events, which only last for 3. It makes it so I don't have to, like, grind so much if I don't want to play it, although Hit Artisan is very fun. Now, a lot of people might not think about this, but when people are complaining about Brawladays, it's because there's no rewards. This is okay. People are still complaining about it. These things used to be free, but now they're like, well, I guess we can get people to pay 2,500 gold. And honestly, Historic is not that big of a format. I think if all of the player base were to just not participate in this event, it would send a message that, hey, we're not going to pay 2,500 gold for just cosmetics. And I mean, it's telling them that, hey, people who don't even care about cosmetics are willing to pay just to get in a queue. And I think that's they're very much a shame. Alrighty, speaking of, well, awesome events with this one has better rewards. Standard Shakeup. It goes from the 30th to the 6th. It costs 2,500 gold or 500 gems, and it's standard with additional banned cards, and you can play as many games as you want. So basically, this is what the standard ban list should be. I mean, these are in addition to the current standard ban list, and so you will end up with 3,000 XP and a card style for Flux, Chandler, and Escape to the Wilds, which are standard cards, which is good because it's a standard event. So all of these cards are banned. I will do event breakdowns on all of these. That does not mean I'll be playing all of these, but yeah. Then we have Momir Planeswalker. Momir emblem with the Land of Dax and selected Planeswalkers on MTG Arena. Play as many games as you like. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for this. Momir is generally just a game of luck. And Oko's Madness, which I thought was going to be awesome, but then when you actually played it, was really boring. That was really fun. I mean, like, Momir, but at one point they did a Planeswalker Momir for War of the Spark, and it was really fun because it added more strategy. It's not just, okay, I play my creature for the turn. It's, do I play this Planeswalker and get a lesser creature? Do I not do this? Do I discard a card? Do I discard a Planeswalker to create a creature? Or do I use these spells? And I think that if they add more Planeswalkers, it'll be fun. I think that they have to be careful with what Planeswalkers they add. And this, you're paying 2,500 gold for 3,000 XP. They couldn't even give you 2 styles. Then we have Historic Challenge. Prove your skills in Historic. This goes from the 11th to the 13th, so 2 days. And it either costs 10,000 gold or 2,000 gems, which is the same as Brawladays, although I would much rather play in this event. Format Traditional Historic Best of 3, and you either get 8 wins or 3 losses, whichever comes first. So this is more like a draft event, and I'm not upset with these kind of events. I mean, this one's not ridiculous. It's a little weird, but, like, I'm not upset about events that reward you. And, like, you can get back your gold. You need to... Oh, no, you can't. I'm sorry. You can't get back your gold. But you can get back your gold in value. Versus the other ones, you are literally trading gold for something that's kind of worthless, which is a play queue and styles. In this one, 0 wins. So even if you just lose 3 matches in a row, you will get 4 rare or mythic historic ICRs and a treasure hunt sleeve. That's not bad. A sleeve? I mean, 10,000 gold's a lot, but... That's how much I believe, I think there's been sleeves for that before, and so that's not bad. Plus, if you get 1 win, you get 1,000 gold back, then 2,000 gold, then 3,000, then 4,000. Then you start getting 8 packs, then 12 packs, then 16 packs, then 40 packs, along with a Gaia's Cradle sleeve. So this reminds me of the metagame challenge, where it was like net deck to win, but it's for historic. So I think that's interesting. Then we have Mythic Invitational Qualifier. Please note this event is only open to players who qualified. So if you didn't qualify, if you're not within this top 1,200 in constructed or limited, well, then this doesn't apply to you. But it's either 10 wins or 2 max losses, whichever comes first. And the top players will qualify for a Mythic Invitational, which is very cool. And you get 200 gems per match win. And it's traditional standard. Alrighty, let's get into the store. So we have the Elspeth Play Bundle. So we've received great feedback from our limited players who have been looking for a pre-order option geared more towards them, which is the idea behind the Play Bundle. Instead of packs, it includes 2 sealed event tokens. It includes 2 sealed event... Yes? And the Mastery Pass, and it'll automatically unlock the first 10 levels of the Mastery Pass. So you pay $50 and you get 2 sealed events, 10 levels on the Mastery Pass, a Elspeth Sun Nemesis card, and a card style for that, and this sleeve, which isn't a terrible value. I think the Mastery Pass is a good inclusion there. But there's also the Ashiok bundle, which costs $50, and it is 50 boosters. This is the normal one, the card, and the sleeves. Now, note this does not come with the Mastery Pass. However, if you order both of them, you get this special pet. However, if you want the pet and don't want to spend $100, because I'm going to talk about that here in a second, you can spend 20,000 gold or 3,000 gems. And we will see what that pet looks like here soon when we jump into the game. Now, they have gone from asking $50 per quarter, so that's $200 a year, to asking $400 a year. And I mean, if they didn't do that whole order both of them and get something, I think that would have been bad. But also, it's bad that they're doing it because they're kind of expecting you to buy 2 now. I think that the choice is awesome. But I mean, like, what if I like sealed but prefer Ashiok? I mean, there's a lot of manipulation here that's trying to get people to spend $100 plus whatever else they're going to spend. Okay, then there's a bunch of card styles, and Nico Bolas, Eternal Army, and Mu Yangling are now available avatars. In addition, there's now 8,000 gold and 8,000 Lightning Bolt Exquisite Sleeve. Yes, you can buy an Exquisite Sleeve for gold, and Cryptic Command Exquisite Sleeve. I thought this said gems when I first read it. I was like, wow, that's ridiculously priced, but that's not bad. Then we get card styles entering Deck Builder, so Beanstalk Giant and Fires of Invention will have their card styles entering the Deck Builder. There's a bunch of bundles leaving soon. You may no longer buy these, and there's a bunch of bug fixes. Alrighty, guys, so basically what I'm getting from this is that Wizard of the Coast wants to suck all of the coins out of you, so you have to buy that $100 pack of 2 in order to participate in Theros Beyond Death. And then, wait, a couple months later, you got to buy now Historic Anthology, and you got to keep buying that Brawl Pass. So they're basically just trying to suck all the money out of you, and it's becoming more apparent now than ever. There's also no word of Mac releases or it being released on Epic Game Store, which I'm not like super waiting for, but I am because a lot of players are waiting for that. And the fact that they didn't even mention that, oh, we're going to delay it, shows that it might either become later this month or they're just trying to like pretend like it didn't happen. Remember, the game has switched directions under a new leader. Alrighty guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.